terrific too.
What I think is really great is there's a mixture of informative, entertaining, and educational stuff. So they might come for the Naruto and again find out about Star
Stay for
Blazers.
the pie.
I think this is something that I learned from years of fanzines and blogging and arguing on the internet, is that your opinion is always going to be subjective. And if you're writing about something you really enjoy, you need to tell people why you really enjoy it. Don't tell them, well, the battleship takes off and it goes and blows the planet and goes on the end. You have to tell them why it's special, or at least why you think it's special.
And we're going to be driving that point home all day today, especially at writing about anime in a few hours.
Exactly.
And I was talking about like the wisdom, or if you want to look at it, the insights that Otaku USA has had, the sort of collective knowledge they've gathered. One of the insights they've gathered also is that they don't try to cover all of the news, every single thing that's coming out in this particular month. They realize it's not really the place or the best purpose of a magazine anymore to give you your news. You get your news quicker on the internet.
Yeah.
What it is a place of a magazine to give you is give you your perspective, as you were saying. Why is something cool? Why should you watch something? Why should you get into something?
Of course, that's a double-edged sword. Yeah, because then we have to explain why Black Blood Brothers is cool.
Why Fujoshi USA is a cool section.
Well,
It's a cool section.
And Clarissa,
Yes.
to my left, is also part of the Anime World Order, who I think forms kind of the red-hot nuclear core of the magazine's editorial voice. And Clarissa, how do you feel being surrounded by all of these burly macho men all the time talking about Gonagai and super robots and stuff like that?
No, it's pretty cool. I mean, I always used to be into Voltron and stuff when I was a kid, so I like the robots, I like that stuff too. So I'm more kind of in the middle. I'm actually kind of in a weird position because I like a lot of things that other Fujoshi normally aren't into. So it's a little weird. But no, it's cool, and I'm glad that Otaku USA, you know, it has that variety. It does both. Like I can, you know, read an article about Gao Gaigar or Space Battleship Yamato, and then we've got the Fujoshi USA section, which is kind of acknowledging, like, yes, for a long time now, girls have been a huge portion of the anime and manga fan base.
Backbone
and
of the fandom.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna devote an entire section to, you know, dudes being rude with each other.
Are we the only magazine that has an entire section devoted to that type of content?
New Type briefly did like a column. They had a small column.
But we've got pages.
We have pictures of guys like
Doing it.
Boys
cutting each
kissing.
other's ears and stuff like that.
This is hot stuff, guys.
Excuse me.
A long thick column.
And Clarissa, if you want to blatantly plug what you've written in this month's issue with the totally awesome Naruto cover.
Oh yes, I wrote a feature on a new series, Toward the Terra, which is a recent anime adaptation of a classic 70s manga by Takamiya Keiko. The manga is out
Which you
from
can
Vertical.
read.
Yeah, it's out from Vertical. They might have it in the dealer's room, I'm not sure. But, and the anime is coming out. I got the first couple discs. Looks like a good release, covers are very nice. So you can read all about that.
And the 1980 movie's coming out from Right Stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
released
remastered. Yep.
And they've got a release date for that now. It's not just December 12th, 2012. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't
And,
remember it.
Yeah, I've got a couple other things in our import section where we talk about stuff that's running reasonably right now in Japan due to magazine, you know, production schedules. Obviously, we can't be right on top of it the way, you know, the blogs or the podcasts can. But you know, we do make an effort to tell people about what is coming, or what's showing in Japan that they can look forward to, because people have said that, you know, they want that. They want to know what's going on in Japan, not just what's coming out on DVD here. So we're trying to make sure we do that. So I've written about the new Saint Seiya OAVs that just concluded, and I think Antique Bakery, stuff like that.
Joe wrote about how awesome Blade of the Immortal is, the anime.
Oh yeah, can't get enough of it, and it's a complete
Daryl's new favorite.
defanging of, you know, everything that made that manga
Was
great.
that B-Train that did that?
It was B-Train.
Oh my.
You know it's
B-Train's
bad
got
right
a
there.
worse track record than Gonzo. I mean, almost every issue, there's some article in there where I inevitably repeat the same point about Gonzo being nothing but disappointing.
But
But for
B-Train's
all of
faults.
Gonzo's faults, they're better than B-Train.
Because Gonzo, like, you usually
Gonzo made
get
at
like...
least a couple of good shows and get like 3 good episodes.
Yeah, you get like 3, 4, maybe 5 episodes at the beginning that are cool before it goes downhill. B-Train's just all crap right from the beginning.
By the way, who's the anti-B train? Who's the best track record?
4C, I think.
Yeah, 4 days Celsius.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say Ghibli because they've had some movies that
Yeah,
I think are great.
Madhouse
Toshi
doesn't
Kon is
solid
not a
work,
bad
but
film.
Madhouse has had some
Yeah,
stinkers
I'll agree
too.
with that.
So.
And it looks like, we're just an anime manga magazine, but we also have like weird departments like our live action section, which is called Tokyo Scope, named after my awesome book from 2001, which focuses on live action releases only. And one of the key members of the reviewing staff is Mr. Paul Thomas Chapman.
Hi.
Just maybe ever
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes, my name is Paul Thomas Chapman, and I have a podcast called The Greatest Movie Ever Podcast. One of you might have heard of it. That guy, he's heard of it. You rock. And I end up doing a lot of live action reviews for the magazine. I don't know exactly why this is, though. Mostly
Because if you don't, then I'm out of a job.
Yeah, really. All of the anime stuff is pretty well divvied up by the other people who are more passionate about a lot of this stuff. I mean, I like Gao Gaigar, but not in the same way that some other people like Gao
Are you
Gaigar.
gonna like trash talk Beach right now? Add your 2 cents into that?
I got fooled by the whole dot hack marketing thing the first time around, and I bought the television series and all the special editions and the plushies and the video games.
Cereal, the curtains.
Yeah. But never again. Never again. That's what I'm saying.
So what are you writing about in this movie?
What I'm writing about in this issue, I wrote about a bunch of different things. I wrote about a lot of stuff that got bumped to other future issues. It makes me cry. The strategy is I find a Toho movie that I absolutely love and want to write about, and then August Burgone ends up writing about it because he's the expert.
Yeah.
He literally wrote the book on it. But no, this time I wrote about a movie called Shinobi no Mono, or The Ninjas, Part 2 from Animego, and also...
They're still around, man?
Yeah, they do a lot of
they're doing awesome
samurai cinema stuff. They
I'd
have
say
a
they're
lot
better
of
than ever in terms of their output.
great old movies, but in terms of their anime output, the only thing is Yawara, which is coming sometime at the end of this year. I think my credit card just got billed for it. Yeah.
But in the meantime, they're hitting like classics like the Battle of Okinawa, which was like a huge influence.
And a darn hard movie to watch.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
And The Wolves, all of these really classic Japanese movies that I've been crying to see get a proper stateside release. And they're happening now, so this is like a whole other market out there that I don't think anyone's paying too much attention to in print media.
So it's a good time for live action.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
So they're gonna rename themselves to Jidageki Eigo?
Well, this year I think is Animego's 20th anniversary, so it's actually pretty cool to see them.
Yeah.
In between Media Blasters and Animego, we never run out of things to write about.
For the live action.
Like 6 pages.
Right.
Crazy photos of Sunny Chiba, like
Yeah.
We could go to the Best
Guys
Buy
that
and
rub
buy
on
Red
streets.
Baron, Mock Baron. You could buy Iron King in American mass market outlets.
He's not here, but
Insane.
Mike Dent of the R5
Oh, but if he
Central.
was here. We don't know about it. Oh my.
And we've been talking about all these things, and they'd be fantastic.
He's always writing about the Rubber Monsters superhero mashup.
I do love
and
Rubber
stuff.
Monsters, but I often get ninjas recently. I had to do a review of a movie called Izumi 2, which
It was totally awesome.
was watchable, I suppose. The thing about the Izumi movies is they've got this cute little Japanese girl who's very pretty.
Oh, yeah,
She looks like a model, but she can't act, and she can't convince you that
she's murdering
a 3-foot length of steel that's razor sharp is a dangerous thing in her hands. And everybody in the rest of the movie, their only purpose is to come on screen, talk about how wonderful, strong, beautiful, and amazing she is, and then die.
So she's like the Japanese Mila Jovovich, is that what you're saying?
She is slightly, not quite as bad as Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil Extinction. Extinction, yeah.
So we're showing that tomorrow.
Yeah, I think one of the nice things about working for Otaku USA is Patrick is a really cool editor in that, he doesn't really tell us like you have to say good things about this show because they're paying us or they've given us promo copies.
I do that sometimes to PT actually, because if he's writing about a film like where I know the director or the producer,
I'll get this package in the mail and say, oh, he sent me this movie I've never heard of, and I'll talk to Patrick online. He's like, yeah, can you have the review of that tomorrow? And I do.
I'll be like, well, Tako Nakano's like kind of, like a friend, so you may not want to say that his movie's a total piece of crap. I'll admit to that. That I do have an editorial bias towards live action film directors because they have a hard time in the industry. They need all the help they can get right
But
now.
for the most part, we're allowed, if we think something is bad, we're allowed to say that it's bad. I mean, we're supposed to, we have to explain, as Carl was saying, just like how we need to explain why we think something is good. You know, you need to be able to explain why something